right now, do you know that there's a chance that Showore could hit 100,000 confirmed membership in 24 hours? And maybe if you are genuinely, right, against this their establishment and you want something different, like you want your one Nigeria differently, in a year, you probably could mobilize more than 10 million of yourselves and crush the establishment once and for all. I have said this many times. I've said, you can't elect criminals and expect them or God to touch them when they gain power. At the same time, you can't stay away from a system that's like many of us are and expect a vacuum. So Nigeria is done for. Now, until when genuinely everyone will be able to kind of like stop sitting on their asses and actually like do what they want done, not expect others to do it. In this regard, maybe we can begin to actually see something different. But until then, Nigeria is hopeless. Nigeria is helpless. You are always going to be served almost the worst of the worst. Then you would have to decide which of them you can manage or live with, as it has always been. Now, I put that out there simply because no matter what you and I possibly even think, when it comes to a system they have put in place and they are working to keep, right? You and I possibly will have no way of changing any of that. That is why we hope that this battle of bastards will get to a stage where, they can lock on in the process, the entire system that they are both fighting to keep can probably implode on their faces. Well, that probably will be the gray line in the dark sky of the contraption. I don't have a dog in this fight, right? But wherever they are gathering to destroy APC, Egbekebe, call me. There is a reason for that. Because I strongly believe as well that with Tinubu and his gang that so many of us kind of know, right? Well, if they have to go down, they possibly will have to take Nigeria with them, which is also probably going to be a good news too. So now let's go back to their reactions. The Labour Party, which is now divided, they have supposedly two factions, one for Abure, one for Nenandi Usman. Now, Nenandi Usman, who is acting based on the Supreme Court judgment that they said had sort of like nullified Abure as the chairman. Abure, on the other hand, with his own co-travelers, they are saying that they are actually regretting allowing Obi and the obedient to come into their party. And this time around, they won't make such mistakes again. And such mistake again. However, they have given Peter Obi, this is Abreu, they've given Peter Obi 48 hours to resign from Labour Party. Or what? They didn't really say. In that same breath, Nenandi Usman, who is also Labour Party chair lady or being a chairperson, released their own statement and said, ignore Abure. He is a crook. He doesn't represent Labour Party. And they, on their part, they endorse Peter Obi's participation in their coalition. So you just see that clash now. Now, if you kind of will agree that, even though some have said that the obedience should build on their last outing in 2023. Some are saying that Peter Obi should have stayed in their Labour Party and, rebuild it. Ignoring the fact that truly, Kolu and his gang, they already have all of these political parties in their hands. they've been showing up their hands in the crisis that is up. You may pretend it's not right, but well, that's up to you. That is the excuse now being given for why Peter Obi need to do something to decide where his own supporters should actually, look towards. And right now that he is already directing them to ADC, right? There's no reason for holding on to Labour Party, in my own opinion. But if you remember that part of the theory of these guys in this coalition of a thing is that they are participating in the coalition, but they are not leaving their political party. So they have learned from Wike, who is with Tinubu in APC, and he is also a PDP, a member, sabotaging the efforts of that party. Story sharp. And tonight, we may not be able to take calls because I actually really want to deliver everything in the console, right? So we don't know what Abure and his guys are going to do in the next 48 hours, or in the next 24 hours now, because that was since yesterday. But what we do know is that somehow, those who felt like things have been forgone and concluded when it comes to this year 2027 charade, right? They are beginning to express a different kinds of, postures now. For example, Wike, who has become a big factor inside Tinubu's regime. Immediately after the coalition stuff yesterday, he put out a statement that he will be having a media chat. Wike is not the president of that contraption, but I think somehow it feels like he's acting better as a president, briefing, fighting, calling names and all of that stuff. What is his own view when he finally called his media chat this morning? He used to call his media chat for afternoon, but today they had to call it for 10 a.m. And as usual, it is filled with balderdash and nonsense. But here is his own take on their coalition and all that. Please listen.
What is the problem of the coalition? What did they say? Why are they the coalition?
They want to take out this current administration.
Because? Because?
Sorry?
Because?
Because they feel that
That's the anger. Let me just show you. I will take them one by one. Now let me ask you. I heard the advice to rescue Nigeria. Nigerians are angry. The man was Senate president. How many times? 8 years. You know, Nigerians were happy. Nigerians were happy when he was Senate president for 8 years. And there was no single project to work. Not one. He was flying with a helicopter to go to work. Nigerians were not angry then. Nigerians are only angry now. It's not correct. When Ruto was minister for 8 years, Nigerians were not angry. When Nigeria became indebted, Chinese loan, Nigerians were happy. It's now Nigerians are angry. He went and made Nigerians so much indebted with loan. That time Nigerians were happy. You see, it's unfortunate for we. You use Nigerians and play politics up and down. When you are angry with me, Nigerians are not happy. The only time Nigerians are happy is when you are in power. The moment you are no longer in power, Nigerians are angry. quarrel with your boss, Nigerians are angry. You didn't get anything from Tinubu, Nigerians are angry. I saw a Siraki, a Seriki or what? What happened to Nigeria? Nigerians are happy.
But you said yourself that
No,
you play politics.
No. So what I'm asking, what I'm saying, they are saying Nigerians are angry. They want to rescue Nigeria. So I'm asking this simple question: what happened to the Nigeria? The Nigerians were happy then. If I'm coming, well, I will take them one by one. When I met you on 2000, when we took heavy loan from China, this was away with Nigeria. Nigerians were not angry. Right? When they went to APC in 2015 and took over the reins of power in 2023, Nigerians are happy.
Every opposition.
Who inherited, excuse me, was it under Tinubu's government? The banditry came. Was it under his government? The banditry came. It was not under his government. What is it doing? To solving the problem he met. If you, I read what former Attorney Maladi said, that not so embarrassing. You want Attorney General? You know what happened in this country? Why are people thinking that Nigerians have gone so foolish? That you use Nigerians all the time. Nigerians are angry. What is Nigerians angry? That you did not make. This is a man who has just come for 2 years. You were Senate President for 8 years. Tamboy, you were Speaker for 4 years. What did you do to make Nigerians not to be angry? You were a governor in Sokoto State. Sokoto people were happy and refused to elect the person you brought. What kind of politics are we playing?
And it's even about the likes of Rahul Farag that were very close to the Mr. President.
That's what I'm trying to say. When you quarrel with me, it's not good to resolve your problem with me. You say Nigerians are angry. When you are good with him, you never knew that Nigerians were angry. Look at those from River State. These are people whom I have defeated from 2015 to 2023. Nigerians are angry because I defeated him. Nigerians are angry. When you want to go to power, tell us if there are people who have not been in power in this country who are coming with such an idea. I can listen to them. But not people who were the ones at the head of affairs of this country for how many years? Look at where this country, if this president did not take certain decisions he has taken, which may be very challenging, you would have known where we would have been by now. A president came and said it's a scam, took that bold step, we will not allow that. States are getting more money. Nigerians are angry that states are getting more money. Nigerians are angry. Nigerians are angry that we are providing infrastructure in Abuja. Nigerians are angry. I cannot say that there are no challenges. There are challenges. But for Christ's sake, stop.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
You know something I actually really detest about those who speaks for Tinubu and their dishonesty. Now, here is something. Any small thing, they will tell you that Tinubu took decisions that saved Nigeria. by removing subsidy, as he announced, right? Oh, Tinubu, the states are getting more money. Share the current economic reality today. Do they reflect in good way? Did they reflect all those decisions in positive way in your lives? So why can't you just also say, as Tinubu said, he removed subsidy from petroleum to save money? Abi? At the same time, he increased the electricity tariff. He increased, removed the education subsidy, then gave you student loan, right? So electricity tariff that is removed, your God knows, like hard taxation that he has actually placed on you. In all of this, there are policies. In any of this, you are sacrificing. They are telling you are sacrificing. But on their part, they are buying themselves a yacht, private jets, presidential jets rather. John Kenton the world, spending billions, hundreds of billions, bringing nothing to you. But so he took a decision, he removed subsidy. Nigeria is not just bleeding, it's in comatose in a way that they are using propaganda to force their achievement down your throat when you can actually feel it in your wallet, in your purse. But no, he took a decision, he removed subsidy. States are getting more money. You are dealing with the worst inflation, hyperinflation ever. They are doctoring data, but the reality is different from the data they are pushing out there. You are their reality. You are the reality. But they are lying to you and telling you that don't listen to them or whatever you are going through right now. Tinubu made the decision to make sure that you sacrifice this now. It's going to get better later. How? Where? And what are the pointers that tells you that, okay, oh, they took subsidy. Oh, your refineries will start working. You know that scam too, right? Oh, he floated the Naira. What the hell, man? Your Naira lost over, how do you even calculate that? From 420 Naira to 1,700 Naira to $1. Do you know how many percentage that devaluation is? He devalued your Naira. They are using the language, he floated the Naira. He unified the Forex. They are giving him an award. Those of you who are businessmen running businesses in Nigeria today, you are feeling the policies and they are telling, I mean, man, come on, man. But this weary that is renovating an ordinary hall for 39 billion Naira, rebuilding a vice presidential suite, 21 billion Naira, guy that is constructing a kilometer of road for over 4 billion Naira per kilometer, is seated there and it's like, yeah, I understand that things are a little bit, there's a little bit. People are dying. But in your privileged comfort position, you can just say a little bit. And I'm not talking about with a wiki. I am talking to you. Those of you Ronukus on social media that love to throw this useless achievement that you call achievement of Tinubu, a complete aberration. He removed subsidy. Nigeria would have collapsed. Nigeria is done for. Your debt has jumped from what they called official, 120 trillion Naira official, when Tinubu took over 2 years ago. Today, your debt is over 240 trillion Naira. But he took a decision. You are paying for that. They are executing World Bank, IMF policies, economic policies that continue to impoverish you. He took a decision. And you see educated people kind of continue to, to spew this on in defense of Kolu. He took a decision that you can't even account for and say, okay, oh, you know what? In the last 2 years, they have been able to actually save $3 billion. And that $3 billion is now being invested here. Nothing. The cooking figures, they are printing money. They are even hiding that from you. The same way Boko Haram collapsed Nigeria economy by printing so much money with no production, no nothing to back it. You all saw it too. Most of the wiries that saw it, some of them are in the coalition now. Some of them are still with Tinubu. Sunday, Dare, Okponu, not just Sunday. They want you to feel like they're doing something for you. Like, yeah, the criminals in their coalition who are supposed to be in jail, so many of them are regrouping to come and re-enter power. But you see these ones who are there,